Welcome back, JDM fam, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Guys, today we're talking about the second gen CRV. That is the 2002 to 2006 Honda CRV, and is it worth it to purchase one in 2025? I believe that's what I'm going to title this video as, because it's almost 2025 and this vehicle is getting older. They're getting cheaper, so I'm sure there's going to be people out there that are wondering, should I buy a CRV? Should I buy an older second gen CRV? As you guys can see, this is my 2003 RD7 EX CRV. This does have the sunroof. It is an all-wheel drive as well. It is lifted on a 1.5-inch HRG spacer lift kit. It's wrapped in Nardo gray and has bigger tires as well. And I blacked out the grille, and it does have black housing headlights. It has a bunch of other little things as well, like visors. It has a sunroof visor, window visors. It's an amazing vehicle. It really is. So to start, guys, the looks. We're going to talk about the looks. I think for an older vehicle, these do look really good. I think they're really good looking vehicles. They definitely look really aggressive and more like an off-road vehicle. They look more utility than the newer CRVs, obviously. The newer ones basically just look like, I don't know, I kind of feel like the newer CRVs started looking more like a slightly lifted van, and now they're starting to get more aggressive again. Now, I do like the newer CRVs, don't get me wrong, and I would love to mod one, but stock from the factory, I think they should have came at least a little bit taller off the ground, a little bit better height. I do like the aggressive new CRVs, the 2024, I believe it's the 2024 CRV, the new refreshed one. I think they look great, and I really like the aggressive look of the newer ones. But as you guys can see, these CRVs look really good. They definitely do have that utility look. It looks like it's ready to go hit some trails and just go off-road, go hit some mountain trails, and just climb. And if you guys haven't seen the CRV in action, check out the videos of the CRV off-road. I don't think I have a playlist, but check out my second gen CRV, I think it's called Off-Road CRV Playlists. And you can see the CRV off-roading, and it actually keeps up with my brother's Jeeps for the most part. There are some things that this cannot do without momentum, but if you get momentum, this thing will climb some pretty big hills. It really is surprising how capable the CRV is. But that's one thing, guys, looks. It does look great. These do look great as long as you get one with nice paint, or you wrap it or have it repainted. I just think even in 2024, 2025, this is a good looking vehicle. So these are the stock wheels on the CRV as well. The stock aluminum wheels, they look really good, but as you guys can see, this is the last CRV with the spare on the back, and it also has a table, a Honda table in the back as well, guys. I mean, you can't go wrong with these second gen CRVs. They're just so cool. As long as you find one that has been taken care of, they're great vehicles. So obviously with any vehicle, you're going to want reliability. You're going to want to know about reliability. And I've said in previous videos, these CRVs, well, most Hondas, especially older Hondas, plastics will break, locks will break, things will just act up. You might have the stereo start to act up. You might just have little problems here and there. It might be plastics, or I don't know, maybe like the seat rocks in these CRVs, and the same years of the Civic, the seats do start to rock. At least the driver's seat did in my older Civics and this CRV. It barely rocks in this one though. But things will act up, but the engines usually last forever, guys. I always say that if you own one of these older Hondas, the engine will probably outlast the body. So these are extremely reliable, guys. This comes with a K24. It's a 2.4 liter dual overhead cam iVTEC, and they are so reliable. It is a great vehicle. I've owned it for over 8 years, and it has been good to me. All I've basically done are oil changes. But there is one thing that I do want to mention about reliability, and that is with the ACs. If your AC compressor in here ends up failing, which they usually do, there's a pretty good chance of them failing. If it does fail and you don't catch it in time, it can throw metal throughout the system. You have to replace the whole system. And if you don't replace the whole system, usually the AC compressors will fail in the future sometime. So that is one thing that anybody who is looking into these vehicles should know, is that you want to make sure you get one with a good working AC system. You don't want one with noises or is making any weird bearing noises or anything. And that's probably the weakest point on these vehicles, is the AC compressor. Otherwise, guys, super reliable. The all-wheel drive system in these work really good as well. Basically, if the front wheels start to spin and lose traction, back wheels will lock up and they'll start working. It's basically almost like a four-wheel drive, but it's obviously not going to be as good, but it still is a lot better than just a two-wheel drive vehicle. So like I said, guys, with reliability, these are extremely reliable. And basically any of the older Honda CRVs are very reliable. Not so sure about the newer ones, but I do know that these older ones, I've owned a first gen and a second gen CRV. They were both very reliable. I think I sold my first gen at 188,000 miles to my brother. He drove it well into the 200,000s. And basically, I think he got rid of it at like 240,000 miles, and it was still driving great and running great, which really speaks to how much value you get for these vehicles. You can buy one at 120,000 miles, and it will last for years after. So not only is the second gen CRV reliable, it is very usable for everyday use. It has a lot of space. It looks like it might be a really small vehicle and it has a small interior, but it actually has a pretty big interior. The front seats have a decent amount of space and they have a lot of headspace, a lot more than you would expect. Back seats as well. Back seats do recline as well, and the back area in the very back is actually pretty big. Not only do the back seats back there recline, they also tumble and they will fold up against the front seats, where you have a lot more space in back. And like I mentioned, guys, it has a table in back. It has an actual Honda table. Probably the most reliable table you'll ever see. Just kidding, but seriously, it's cool. It's very cool having a table back there. So after reliability and looks and anything you have to look out for the vehicle, we're going to talk about prices. Now, these are getting older. Like I said, they are still very reliable, guys. These are very, very good vehicles if you find a good one, but you have to make sure that you find one that has a good maintenance history. You make sure that you find one that the previous owners actually took care of it and changed the oil and everything, obviously. So for a good-looking vehicle that's extremely reliable and definitely worth the price, I think the second gen CRV is well worth it in 2024 and 2025. I think anything around 2,000 to 4,000 is reasonable, as long as it doesn't have more than like 280,000 miles. I think you're pretty good. Nowadays, you see a lot of used vehicles that have 200,000 miles and a little bit more, and so it's really hard to find a vehicle that has low mileage nowadays in these older Hondas. So I would say for the most part, owning this vehicle has been positive, other than having to swap out the AC compressor a couple times. I'm on my third AC compressor. Other than that, guys, great vehicle. Definitely worth looking into, especially if you want to mod one like I did with this one. It's just a beautiful vehicle. It really is. And I mean, it's a Honda. You can't go wrong with Hondas, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button like I said before, guys. It helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more videos on this second gen lifted Honda CRV, like I said, guys, subscribe. Look out for more videos. See you guys on the next video.